Good afternoon everyone. We have discussed 3 to 4 scheduling algorithms. So in today's class we are going to discuss priority scheduling algorithm. In this algorithm, each processes will be given some number that is also called priority number. So based on this number we are going to schedule the processes to the CPU. Low number indicates high priority. So in our textbook it is assumed that the lower number will be given high priority. That is the assumption which is made in the textbook. Okay, and it can be implemented in two ways, that is preemptive or non-preemptive. We already know what are preemptive and non-preemptive methods. So non-preemptive method in the sense, once the CPU has been allocated to a process, CPU cannot be removed from the process unless and until the process voluntarily relinquish the CPU or it has finished its execution. Correct? Okay. So as we have already know, low number indicates high priority. So let's take an example which is implemented using non-preemptive method. Okay. So this is the table which is given. There are 4 processes and arrival time is also given and burst time of each processes, and also one additional thing which is priority number is also given. So as I have already told, low number indicates high priority. So among all these processes, P2 has the highest priority because it has the lowest number. Correct? If the priority of 2 processes or more than one process is same, then we are going to schedule those process using FCFS method, that is first come first. So who is arriving first will be scheduled first if they have the same priority number. So let's draw the Gantt chart for this. So always our Gantt chart starts from 0 millisecond. Our Gantt chart always starts from 0 millisecond. So at 0 millisecond, are there any process which are in the ready queue? No. The process is arriving from 1 millisecond. So there are no processes right now. So from 0 to 1 millisecond, the CPU will remain idle. 0 to 1 millisecond. Yeah. So at 1 millisecond, we are going to check, are there any process which are in the ready queue? Yes, process P1 is arriving at 1 millisecond. So process P1 will be in the ready queue. Okay. Simultaneously, we are going to draw the ready queue also. So we will schedule P1 because P1 is arriving at 1 millisecond. Since this method is non-preemptive, once the process has been allocated to a CPU, it will continue till its burst time. So the burst time of P1 is 5. Therefore 1 plus 5, 6. So it will continue its execution till 6 milliseconds. Till 6 milliseconds. Okay. So while P1 was executing, are there any processes which have come in the ready queue? Yes, all the processes have arrived while P1 was executing. That is, P2 is arriving at 2, P3 4 and P4 at 3 milliseconds. So all have come in the ready queue. P2 will arrive and then P4 will arrive and finally P3 will arrive. Now, since all the processes are in the ready queue, we are going to check the priority number of them. Which has the least number will be assigned to the CPU. That is P2. That's why P2 will be taken from the ready queue and it will be assigned to the CPU. Since it is non-preemptive, again it will run till its termination. P2's burst time is 4. So 6 plus 4, that is 10. After that, see, P3, P2 is done and P1 is also done. So strike it out. Now, P4 and P3 are in the ready queue. So both of them have the same priority number. In that case, we are going to check their arrival time. Who is arriving first? Of course, P4 is arriving before P3. That's why we are going to schedule P4 first, not P3. Because arrival time of P4 is less than the arrival time of the P3. P4. And it will execute till its completion time. So 10 plus 3, that is 13 milliseconds. Finally, we are going to schedule P3, that is 2 milliseconds. 13 plus 2, 15 milliseconds. This is our Gantt chart. P4 is also done and P3 is also done. This is our Gantt chart using non-preemptive method. You all know how to solve turnaround time, waiting time, response time, right? Since it is non-preemptive, response time will be same as waiting time. For all non-preemptive algorithms, response time and waiting time will be same.